Hiya guys, Crazy Teacher Nick here. I'm going to go through reflective commentary very quickly with you guys. Just a couple of things you guys need to keep in mind that you need to remember. Exams on Monday. Hopefully you guys can have a chance to watch this before you go into your exams. I know it's the weekend, so here goes. Okay, reflective writing. 3 things I really want you guys to think about. Okay. Read and understand your question carefully, know your key conventions, okay, and know your structural devices and your language devices. Know your structural devices and your language devices. Okay, so these are my top tips. Okay, in your 1A, they say not to write more than 400 words. You're aiming for around about that 350 word mark. So you guys should by this stage know what 350 words looks like in your handwriting, or how many lines it takes. But that is your target, is about 350 words. Okay, that allows you, if you go a little bit over, at least you're not going to cross that 400 words. In your 1B, you want to aim for around about 150 to 200 words. However, if you go more than that, it's okay. Okay, it's not about the word count, it's about time. You've got 60 minutes for this question. Okay, because you're going to need a full 60 minutes for your questions 2, 3, or 4. So time is more important here. We expect that students can write about 600 words within an hour. Okay, so this should give you enough time with your planning, which takes me to my next point. When you're planning, you know what your question is, what effects your question is asking you to create. Don't just create those ones. Create as many effects as possible, more than the question requires. Okay. Use positive language when you're writing in your 1B. Okay, you're going to be positive. Even if you got to fake it till you make it, you're going to be very positive. An example is, I created this effect through the use of the word, okay, with some evidence to impact the reader and to meet the requirements of the task. Be very positive, very clear. Be precise, direct, and to the point. Do not waffle. Okay, it's that positive attitude that's going to give the examiner a positive attitude in the way that they look at your text. Okay, if you're positive about what you've done in the text, they're going to be positive about what you've done in the text, even if you got to fake it. Okay, so I took 6 papers, okay, from May-June series, 2022 and 2023. These are your questions. I want you to basically just, and I'm going to shoot through them very quickly. So if you have to pause, slow me down, then I can talk a little bit slower. Okay, like I said to you guys, the question is everything. Okay, make sure you take focus on the question. So for example, in this one, the question basically says, you recently joined an after-school club which is now looking for more new members. You have offered to give a short speech to your year group, persuading people to join. Okay, so this is going to be after-school club in your school. You're going to know the people that you're writing to. Okay, you're writing a speech. The key word here is persuasion, so you're going to be persuasive. Okay, remember, you're going to show, okay, you're going to have a sense of enthusiasm. So think about the adjectives you're going to be using in the text. Okay, think about the vocabulary you're going to be using in the text and how you achieve that enthusiasm. Think about your sentence structures, how you achieve that enthusiasm. Okay, your paragraph structures. Okay, you're going to focus on the importance of developing skills and interests. So you're going to have to create ideas here. Okay, think very carefully in that within your planning. What sorts of skills or interests do you as a young person would you be interested in? And guys, it could be how to play an Xbox game, okay, how to play croquet, how to play basketball, how to knit. It could be absolutely anything. Okay, but the language is going to be persuasive, enthusiastic. Okay, remember, you're going to have that welcome, and you're going to be very friendly and very enthusiastic within your writing. And those are the things you're going to focus in. in my writing, this is how I created a sense of enthusiasm. This is how I showed the importance of developing skills and interests. Okay, this is the persuasive language I used. Okay, this is how I showed it was a speech. Okay, this is how I showed I was looking for new members. Okay, and those are your main ideas that you're going to be presenting in your reflective commentary. Okay. Remember, guys, 1B only worth 10 marks. So you want to put as much effort as possible into your 1A in the paper too, because that's worth 15 marks. You want as many of those 15 marks, and that is going to be all those effects you're going to create, not just the ones that they tell you. Okay. Even if you only get 150 words in and you only get the 6 out of 10 or the 7 out of 10, that is still fine. Okay. Do not spend extra time on this question. If basically your hour is up and you're only halfway through your 1B, move on to your questions 2, 3, or 4. Complete that. If you have any time left over, you can come back to your 1B. Okay, be prepared. Focus. So here's the next question. You've just read a newspaper article which said it would be better if everyone in the world spoke the same language. You disagree and decide to write an email to the editor of the newspaper about this. In your writing, give reasons to support your opinion. Okay, now here it says you disagree, so you're going to be writing in an argumentative style. Okay, you're writing a letter to an editor. You can make up the name if you want to, or you can just write dear editor. Okay, remember in that you're going to obviously recognize some of the things that they said in the article, so you've got to make up what they might have said in the article and counter-argue it with your own ideas. Okay, there is a video in my thing about argumentative writing if you need a refresher on argumentative writing. Okay, give reasons to support your opinion. Okay, so again, guys, focusing on how did you create a newspaper article? Okay, how did you show that you disagreed? Okay, or an email. Sorry, it's an email that you're writing, not a, yes, an email, not a letter. Email's great. Still, you don't have to worry about addresses. You just write dear editor. Okay, all the same kind of stuff as a letter. You just don't have to have an address. Okay, next one, staying calm. So when you were in a town center recently, you were able to help someone you didn't know who was in a difficult situation. You decide to write about the experience in your diary, focus on the importance of your help and the impact of your actions. And myself and my students, we had a look at this question. We thought to ourselves, okay, this one is actually really tough. This feels really, really difficult. How are we going to attack this question? So we decided to basically go about this question working backwards. Okay, we decided to start focusing first on the impact of your actions. Okay, and then go on to what was the importance of our help, and then only getting to the point of where we helped someone we didn't know. Remember that in a diary, it's very personal, it's reflective, it's my thoughts, my feelings, my ideas. Okay, so you want to basically kind of go, I can't believe that I am here in this amazing holiday resort with, you know, staying in the 5-star luxury type of thing. Okay, and then obviously the importance of our help. This document would have you know, brought ruin to this man, you know, to a company or to a country or to something really, really big. And then basically explain how you helped somebody. They dropped a piece of paper. You nearly didn't pick it up, but you thought, well, you know, it might be important to them. It turned out it did. It was a vital piece of information that they needed. And they were so grateful that they basically sent you on a 2-week all-paid holiday. So that's the idea that we had here in terms of the impact of your actions, the importance of your help, and basically helping someone you didn't know who was in a difficult situation. And that difficult situation might have been they were looking for that piece of paper. Okay, so that is kind of an idea that we came up with that. So if you get into a situation where the question seems difficult, just turn it around. Look at it from a different perspective, from a different point of view. That's what we did. Those are the ideas that we kind of came up with on the trot. Okay. Again, be confident. So you're going to take part in a 2-week expedition to a remote location. This is from a 2023 paper, so the expectations of your ability is going to be much higher here. Okay, how to create that sense of anticipation. Again, think about vocabulary, sentence structures, paragraph structures. Okay, what you are looking forward to about the expectation, about the expedition, creates a sense of that anticipation about that. So listing the ideas. It's a blog entry. You're writing to your audience, okay, and you're telling them, I can't wait. This is what I want to do. Okay, so creating a sense of anticipation, looking forward to the expedition. How did you create those ideas? How did you create this idea that it was a 2-week expedition? How did you create this idea that it was a remote location? And boom, that is all that you're focusing on here. Okay, don't worry about if it's, if you choose to say that it's an island in the middle of nowhere, and then, that's okay. Okay, you can make things up. Just don't do aliens and space and stuff like that. Okay, like within reason. Okay, be clear. This is, and I have a funny feeling, could be the one. Okay, this was in the last exam. Now, one of the problems with this question, a lot of students struggled with this idea of what is an answer phone. Okay, and I point at the examiners. Okay, nobody knew what an answer phone is. Okay, we haven't had an answer phone since 1980. Okay, and most of our students were born in the 2000s. Let's just think a little, people. So an answer phone basically is kind of like somebody would leave a message, because we didn't have mobile phones in those days, and so someone would leave a message and you would push the button and then it would, hi, I just wanted to leave a message. So if you come across something like this where you have no idea what an answer phone is, okay, try and figure it out, even if it's just on a mobile thing. Maybe it is a machine that answers your mobile phone for you. Okay. I mean, if they tell you that it's a VHS video recorder, okay, it records videos. So you can still make it up. If you're unsure what an answer phone is, you can make up what it is. It doesn't matter. Okay. Examiners. Okay. So remember in that you're only writing the opening of the story. Do not let your story seem to be coming to an end. And that's going to help with creating that drama and that suspense. But again, read the question carefully. It's just the opening. Okay, it's not the whole story, so you're not bringing it to a conclusion. Watch out, that is tricky. This whole question was very tricky, examiners. Very bad examiners. We berate you terribly for this question. It was a nasty one. Okay, it threw students off, and that was unfair. Okay. Think. Yes. Okay, so you belong to an environmental organization. You've got to create a leaflet. Okay. Now, this again was a bit of a tricky question. 2023, the questions are getting a little bit more tricky, so you've got to read these questions very, very carefully. Okay. How can people reduce their household waste? That is your focus. Okay, a lot of students in that, when they practice this question, they start talking about kind of all sorts of environmental issues. Okay, it's a leaflet. It's going to have titles. It's going to have bullet points. It's going to have supporting ideas. Okay, because remember, the question is asking you, create a sense of importance of doing this. You're being advisory. Okay, so remember, you're going to give them advice on how they can do it. And guys, if you've got to make it up, and it's something ridiculous, like basically, put your plastic together in a compressor. Fine, so be it. Okay, it doesn't have to be a real thing. You can make this stuff up. Okay, if you squeeze lemon juice on your plastic, it breaks down faster. Is that true? I have no idea. But the examiners are not going to really care. So you can make up some crazy stuff if you have to. Okay, and revise leaflets. Okay. And that was it. Okay, so guys, again, good luck with your paper 2 exam. You guys are going to be absolutely awesome. If you got any other questions, drop them in the, below here. I'll try and get to them before Monday. Okay, you guys are going to be awesome. And rock on.